road here, and I'm in historic Fairmount, Indiana, the home birthplace of James Dean. Perhaps you heard of him. He's a giant. Buckle up, kids. You're about ready to take a ride on the toll road. Okay, I said birthplace. That's wrong. That's up the street in Marion, Indiana. But Fairmount is his hometown. And in Fairmount is the James Dean Gallery, a free museum with a lot of James Dean artifacts. Dean was born on February 8th of 1931 in Marion, Indiana. However, when he turned about 6 years old, he, his mother, and father moved to Santa Monica, California. Tragically, when Dean was only 9 years old, his mother, Mildred Marie Wilson, passed away from uterine cancer. It was after that tragedy that Dean was sent by his father to live with his aunt and uncle, Hortense and Marcus Winslow, on their farm in Fairmount, Indiana. He would go on to graduate from Fairmount High School in May of 1949. And before this, he was a star player for their baseball and basketball teams, along with studying drama. And here's a life mask studio made from the movie The Giant. I always find these things a little creepy and a little cool. And this one comes from the Coney Island Wax Museum from 1956. A lot of cool artifacts here, including this one here. Now this gate, he was peeking over it during a movie while someone else was doing all the work. Kind of Tom Sawyered him there a little bit, it looks like. Dean's career, although famous, was brief. He only starred in 3 movies: East of Eden, Rebel Without a Cause, and Giant. Interesting artwork here, kind of a 3D replica of him sitting on a bench, legs crossed, toking on a cigarette. You know you're famous when they put your face on umbrellas, keeping you dry. Perhaps his tragic death at 24 and keeping him forever young is why the marketing of James Dean continues to this day, his popularity greater than ever. On the last full weekend of every September, they have a giant James Dean festival here in Fairmount. One of the spots everybody has to go see. Statue here right downtown off the main drag. This is the church that James Dean went to, and every September 30th they have a service in his honor here. 9th Street Gang Car Club Clubhouse used to be an Indian motorcycle dealership, and this is where James Dean purchased his first motorcycle. We're parked next to this barn. We were told this was okay, but just to the left, his cousin still lives in this house. We're not going to disturb, him or his family or anything, but this is the house where James Dean grew up in with his aunt and his uncle. And they have a very pristine and beautiful land here. We also decided to visit his grave, which is right here in town. Signs here are pretty easy to find once you get into the right spot. But don't let this fool you. This is not too far from where he's buried. Must have been a fan who lived nearby. Here's James Dean's grave, 1931 and 1955. Look what we got. Coca-Cola, The Little Prince, Ladybug Rock, 30 cents. An air horn. I don't know what that's all about. Syrup, lighter, and a cigarette. That's a little more. There's this guy. That's pretty cool. James B. Dean. And look, even all the way from Britain. Wow, I finally made it. I can't believe I'm here. I'm overwhelmed. My eye has a tear. 3,529.33 miles I have traveled. This isn't me, by the way, this is someone else. To be at your graveside. Every second, every minute, every hour was worth the ride. 37 years I've wanted to come and see you. I've brought you a lot of love from the UK. This is from Sue. Nice little tribute note she left here. I saw where it ended. Now I got to see where it all began. So James Dean was born February 8th, 1931 in the Seven Gables apartment house which stood at this site. Since been torn down, but they left this memorial. Oh, that's kind of cool. They got the baby Jimmy. Also was here in iconic pose of his. Born on this site again, February 8th, 1931. Let's see if there's any relation. Does baby Jimmy look like me? See any resemblance? This is Marion, Indiana. Courthouse right there. We found a mural inside the building here. Jim Davis, creator of Garfield. Of course, James Dean, Cole Porter. I'm gonna have to be honest, admit that I just about fell off the curb. Don't know who Willis Vandevetter is. I'll have to look that up. Samuel Plato. Kennesaw Mountain Landis, old first commissioner of baseball. Mary Webster. Mildred Dilling, she's one of my favorite harpists. And Madeline Hug Davis, I Love Lucy. Cool mural. And of course I had to get the front of this courthouse. Always love a good one. This one does not disappoint. That's going to do it for the toll road here in Fairmount, Indiana. Home of not only James Dean, but Jim Davis, the creator of Garfield. And as I walk the long tracks back home, who knows? Who knows? Who knows where the toll road will lead to next?